everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. And I hope you really enjoyed this month. We definitely went into some of the things you can do, places to stay, some things to know prior to going to Dubai, as well as a little bit of extra tidbits that we threw in. Dubai is an amazing city, hands down. Highly recommend if you're going, whether you're going on a solo getaway, family, friends, even if you have kids, they have a little bit of everything. It's really good for if you're trying to travel there and you want to do a little bit of a mixture. Maybe you want to relax, but also you're okay with like exploring the city, doing some sightseeing, immersion in the culture. Definitely, it is that destination. Depending on the time of the year, they do have a beach which you can enjoy, relax on, things of that manner. Times of year to travel, typically October through April would be ideal, which means you're going to get the best weather. Depending on it fluctuating, depends on pricing. However, as long as you're not going over a holiday, a lot of the packages are really good and they can include a lot of things, but you can also make sure you can get a more elite luxury experience. End of April, more like May through all of summer, which would probably conclude to September. Prices tend to get a little bit more expensive, more so because of the fact of kids are out of school, teachers are out of school, people are out of college. People are more prone to travel during the summertime, even though it is going to be extremely hot. And when I say hot, I mean summertime, which means like that June through August, you can reach levels of 100 degrees plus. That is something to consider. However, we have had clients that have done it just because of scheduling or because of their occupation, which it is manageable. It's just, planning it accordingly. Most of their promotional packages typically come out about a year in advance. Some could be a little bit more. Stay tuned. I am going to show you some of the amazing highlights from our past experience there a few years ago. It will walk you through each day, different things that we did, the different cities that we explored. Before I go into that, my name is Taishita. I am the founder and CEO of Luxury Travels by Dreamy Designer Events. We specialize in all things of elite experiences. If you're going on an individual getaway, if you're wanting to plan an event, a conference, any type of retreat to make sure your vision comes to life, that's where we come in. We come in to make sure that we make it as easy as possible. Everything is pretty much done, taken care of for you ahead of time. And if you're having an event or conference or retreat and destination, we do have an on-site team that will facilitate everything so you can focus on what's important. If you're one of our individual or private clients, which means you're going just to have an amazing getaway, your own personal vacation, whether it's family, friends, just you getting away, we definitely have those elite services, which pretty much we plan everything from beginning to end. Only thing you have to worry about doing is showing up, arriving, and everything is taken care of you from the get-go. In the link below in our description, you will see the link for additional details, as well as if you want to book a consultation to get planned, this is the perfect time to do it. All of next year promotional rates availability is out, and this is an amazing time to start planning. By the time it gets closer to the end of the year is when everyone's like, oh, wow, the next year is about to come. And that's when they'll start looking. However, leading into the new year, promotions will still be there, but sometimes the pricing will increase. Or if you're going with a lot of people or with a few people, you want to make sure you guys can all get the same accommodations, same arrangements. And the earlier you plan, the better you can get that for yourself. We traveled around the end of March, early April, a couple of years ago. We arrived into Dubai. Once we arrived, we had our transportation. It was super easy to catch from the airport, going to our hotel. We stayed at the Shangri-La Dubai. In terms of staying there, it was very hard for me to veer off. I've seen a lot of other hotels that are really gorgeous, and you can check out the video I did with the top hotels I recommend. But this hotel truly blew me away. The service, the small touches mid-stay, they actually transitioned the design of the hotel. So one day we walked in, it was these are the colors. The next day I was like, wait, I could have swore it looked different yesterday. So they had an entire full, they call it American breakfast, but it had a little bit of everything. So it had anything from your American cuisine to your English breakfast to even some Asian breakfast items as well. So no matter where you're coming from, they had a full array for the breakfast. That hotel does have two packages. Most of the time, you'll see the one that includes breakfast. They do have alternative ones too. It's one of those things where it's really nice to have. So if you take advantage of it, it's great, but it's just just one less thing you have to worry about. We got there a little bit early because most of the flights get in like around late morning. The hotel was super accommodating. They were able to take our bags. We gave them our phone numbers. They told us just they'll give us a call. It was convenient too because where the hotel is walking distance from other restaurants, is walking distance from the metro, and is other things you can see within distance. So we walked around, grabbed some lunch. Before we were done with lunch, they called us and told us, hey, your room's ready. So we were also traveling there like right before my birthday too. So the hotel actually did like this nice birthday package in the room. So they had like things on the bed. They had like a small little cake. You'll see pictures of it in the video. It was really nice. The rooms were really big too. They were very comfortable, very spacious, no complaints. It is a hotel I definitely would go back to. And like I said, I've seen a lot of other hotels, and the other ones, they're really good depending on what you're trying to travel there for. This hotel isn't by the beach, but you can take a short taxi or Uber ride if you do want to go to the beach. There are some hotels that are on the beach, which I did reference that into one of my other videos, so you can see that as well. This hotel does have themed dinner nights. It definitely is an additional charge. So they had a Moroccan night, and then they had an Asian night and things of that manner. It's really fun because if it's like, hey, you had a long day, you may not want to go out or feel like it, you can still have that convenience of having somewhere to eat at the hotel. The hotel also does have a pool, and it also does have a lounge. So it's nice if you're going with a group of people or even by yourself and you just want to like relax. You may not want to go to your room, or you already been in your room and you're like, I want to like go out, go on your phone, just sit down, relax, take in the views. You can do that in their lounge area as well. The next day was probably one of my favorites. We did an Arabian desert/dinner tour. They start by picking you up. It wasn't too early. It was probably like late afternoon, maybe like 2-3 o'clock. They'll take you into these Jeeps. You have one stop that you'll do, which if people want to do an add-on, which you could do like ATV, or they have a few other things you can do, that's an option. Otherwise, you're kind of there, relaxed. They have some shops and markets. Then they take you back in the Jeep. You do this like doom through the desert, which they pretty much go like back and forth. You get to see the views. It's actually a pretty cool experience. Then they stop like mid-desert. There's quite a few different cars there, and you actually can get out, walk around, take pictures. This was actually one of my favorite parts because aside from different other destinations, this was the first time that I've actually like been in the actual desert like this, and it was not what I thought. Like, I'm thinking when you see a lot of those movies and you're just thinking it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be nothing but heat, X, Y, and Z, things of that manner. It was actually warmer in the city than it was in the desert. The desert was very cool. It was breezy. Like, it was actually where you could just, I was like, oh, I'm standing here. I could just stand here for the rest of the day. I'm good. The views were phenomenal because it was like right at the sunset part of it. So you kind of have like the desert with like the sun in the background. Gorgeous, hands down. I definitely probably would do that again. Some people also can set up like photo shoots too there, which I couldn't see any better views that you can really get from there. Then after we left that area, we went to like this campsite, which it was really nice. They had like a camel in front, which you could do like a couple minute camel ride just to kind of get an idea. They do have other tours that have like, if you want to do like full camel rides, but it's nice too because if someone's like not familiar with it or never did it before, it was a nice way to see like, oh, this is what it feels like. Camels, by the way, are extremely huge. Like, they had to almost like go down 2 to 3 levels just to get on it, and you still kind of had to do like a jump to get on it, and then they go back up. The campsite, they actually have a traditional Arabian meal that they cooked. They actually have shops. With ours, we got like a free henna tattoo. They also have things that can customize to make your name and different types of jewelry that you can pay for, and they have other different markets that's around to see. Then while we're there, we were able to get something to drink. While we had our dinner, they performed 2 to 3 different shows, and it was really cool. At this time, it was like getting sunset, a little bit dark, so some of them were like light shows, as well as there was like a fire show, belly dance, all this stuff. After we did that, we finished the evening, came back to the hotel, and kind of just relaxed for the day. The next day, when we were there, they had this futuristic expo, so you were able to like walk through. They kind of gave you like their 10-year plans for like eco-friendly things of that manner, how they're designing, what they're trying to do for the world to make the earth a better place, all that stuff. So it was actually really cool to go with a lot of people. The expo was really nice. Since we flew Emirates coming in, which depending on where people were coming from, because Emirates may not be a main hub, but from where we came from, Emirates was one that I really wanted to try. An amazing airline. Since when they had the expo, everyone who flew Emirates, they actually gave you a free pass to go to the expo. And then we concluded the evening, which was actually actually really nice. Now, this one may not be for everyone, but we did dinner in the sky. Dinner in the sky is literally exactly how it sounds. They had like this table set up with like these seats around it. They strap you in and they lift you up into the sky where you were hundreds of feet into the sky. They have a lunch and they did have a dinner. We did the dinner one, so it was like towards the evening, so you can like see the entire city lit up. It was gorgeous. So it's like about a 3-course meal, and they actually pretty much make it while you're in the sky, which is really cool. Different cities have different versions of it, but this one was truly like you were in the sky. They played music, they had an interaction, they made sure you had a good time. Hands down, the food was really good too, so that's always a bonus. The next day, we actually did lunch at their tallest building that they have there, which you'll actually see the pictures there. It was really gorgeous. I definitely recommend, if you want to either do lunch or dinner, make reservations before you get there. So any clients that we have that want to do it, we facilitate all the concierge, and we have our in-destination team as well. But if you're going, make sure you make reservations, because this place does fill up, or 9 times out of 10, if you try to do it while you're there, you may either not get space, or only time when they have it is when you're already doing something else. I want to say we made the reservations probably almost a month or 2 before we went there. And it's the same thing with most reservations. You know, you hold a spot, they'll tell you like how long you have to cancel so you're not penalized, but definitely I recommend it. The food was really good. The cost for things there actually weren't that experienced. Coming from the US, it was nowhere near what I thought it was going to be, so that was always a bonus. Then we actually went to, because where the Burj Khalifa is actually connected to their Dubai Mall. We actually walked around there a little bit, and then they also have an underground aquarium and zoo. This was something that was completely not planned. It was like we were just walking around. It was one of our last days that we were there. We're like, why not? So we were at the mall, ended up getting tickets. We walked around to do the underground aquarium and zoo. It was amazing. It was fun. It was like one of those things where, you know, you're in Dubai, why not? It's like, you know, when in Rome. They had an entire aquarium. Then it led into their zoo, and then they also had like these little boats or whatnot you can go around to see some of the animals up closer and things of that manner for the aquarium part. So it was definitely fun. It was a great experience. For us, we had a longer extended time there. We actually split our time. We stayed half of our time in Dubai and the other half in Abu Dhabi. Majority of our clients would probably just do Dubai and do a day trip to Abu Dhabi, unless they have an extended time and they want to have like 2 vacations in one per se. Then splitting it would be another option to be able to kind of see both of them, but also have like a different experience. While we were in Abu Dhabi, the hotel itself was really nice. The hotel actually was on the beach. That was where we kind of did more of some of like our beach time, things of that manner. They had restaurants. We were within walking distance from the Abu Dhabi Mall, as well as a lot of other restaurants. They also have a pool. They have like this restaurant called Mykonos, which is actually really nice. It gives you like Greek vibes, and also their food itself was fabulous. And because the hotel was close walking distance, we were able to actually like walk around the city one of the days, went to the mall area, just kind of like took in everything. Everyone was amazing. They were so nice while we were there. And then we also did do a tour. We did their Grand Mosque tour, which is their iconic one, which if you ever seen like the white buildings with the gold trim, that's the one. It was gorgeous. It was definitely one of the places where you kind of just have to take in, you respect their culture, you just take in everything you're looking at. They have certain spots there that they allow you to take pictures. When you're in those spots, then you take it. If it doesn't have it, then you're not allowed to. If you're going to anything religious while you're going there, or even any destination for that matter, definitely research ahead of time, which we did. Females and males, they have different dress codes that they have to follow. If you don't follow it, they will not allow you in. So for females, you are not allowed to let any skin show. So you're not allowed to have any arms out. Even if you have capri on, which has your ankles out, your ankles aren't allowed to show either, and things of that manner. So they're very particular about that. If you have pants with sneakers and a shirt, and then you just have like a cover up, you're fine. If you have more of like a dress, you may need something that you have to put over it, or something that you can transition. So even if you have a longer dress, you just have to make sure your ankles aren't shown. But they listed everything on their website. And then the same thing for men. Men, they have a separate set of rules for, but they don't allow anything ripped. Your knees can't be shown, things of that manner. It's one of those things where, as long as you kind of go in already knowing, you're pretty much taken care of. In the middle of like the religious prayer, things of that matter, they'll let you know if there's anything particular that you can and can't do. But it was nothing too hard that anybody can't follow the rules and respect their culture, and, you know, be able to still have a good time at the same instance. With this tour itself, it was a full day tour. So we then per proceeded to the Emirates Palace, which is gorgeous. It looks like it's pretty much all made out of gold. They did also actually show us, if anyone's watched like the Fast and the Furious series, the part where they were in Dubai, they showed us like the buildings that it was replicated from, which was also very cool. The one thing that was also very cool while we were in Abu Dhabi is after we had every meal, it was always complimentary, but they always gave you like hot tea with it. And when I say hot, I mean hot, like you still see the steam coming from it after every meal, which was actually really cool because it was just something that you always knew you were getting. You know, tea is always good for you anyway, but their tea was like almost like a herbal tea, but they give it to you automatically with every meal. And then it was our time to come back. We did fly back into Dubai. It was maybe about an hour and a half drive there, an hour and a half drive back, but it definitely wasn't too bad. We had transportation that picked us up. They just told us what time they were going to get us in the morning. Went back to the airport. Their airports are very sophisticated. They remind me of the airline. So I didn't really go into it too much, but Emirates Airline was phenomenal. The service, the attention to detail, the staff, the crew, they definitely made sure to make you feel like you were comfortable. If you needed anything, they went out of their way to make sure you had it, like all of the above. Their airlines remind me of their airport. The whole getting to the airport 3 hours before for international flights, I don't suggest you try and chance it at all. The airport is extremely busy. They have flights going all over the world. So these lines to check in are long. Some of them could be almost a mile long, give or take, but they vary because they know they have it busy. So they have actually people coming up down the line to try to see what flight you're on. If they have to pull you out of line, try to expedite you to the front, but I wouldn't chance it. The 3 hours, especially for that airport, please do not try and let me see if I can get there as close as possible. If you have a transportation, you're set because they know what time you should get to the airport. Don't try to delay it. Don't try to get there later. Whatever time they tell you, go by there, but 3 hours before is when you should be at that airport, just so you're not rushing or anything in that manner. Overall, an amazing experience, hands down. Would highly recommend. Depending on the type of travel you're looking for, the experience, it probably will be adjusted accordingly for that, but definitely it was truly an amazing experience overall. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pleasure going over this with you this month, and I hope you're getting excited because next month we're taking it to the States, and this is one city that truly was phenomenal. It blew me away, honestly. For me, every time I go there, they treat me like I'm home, and I've been there twice thus far, personal wise, not including when I've had my corporate events there. This city has a charm within itself. The food is amazing. The people's great. Depending on the time of year, you have amazing things that you can do there. I'm so excited to go into the city with you. So with that being said, take a look at this video, and I'll see you guys in the next month. Bye.